chief idea that this new curriculum presents to us as a way to enable high quality learning in every Ghanaian classroom is the idea of collaborative professional learning, where teachers work together collaboratively in the ongoing process of collective inquiry and research to achieve better results for the students that they serve. So we know that in every school, the variation in teacher effectiveness is higher than even the variation or differences in teacher effectiveness between schools. And that is why student mobility does not actually make a big difference for students learning. Like if you move your child from one school to the other, it does not really make a difference. The key thing is that who is your child's teacher? And we know that in every school, no matter how good the school is, no matter how poorly performed the school is, there are effective teachers in every school, and there are teachers who are not that effective within every school. So what you do to narrow up the gap between teacher effectiveness or the differences in teacher effectiveness within the school is to get the educators or the teachers within the school to learn from each other. For me, this is a huge paradigm shift that this new curriculum actually presents or brings to the Ghanaian educational landscape, because hitherto, when somebody finishes teacher training colleges and they engage as teachers within our school system, that is the end of learning for that person, right? The person does not have any opportunity for continual development and continual learning to improve their effectiveness, to improve their practices. Everyone works in a silo. Everybody works in their classroom. There was no avenue for teachers to actually engage in continuous professional learning, or either to begin to develop the idea and the culture of learning from each other to enhance their practice. So this idea of professional learning community, encouraging collaborative professional learning among our educators, is actually innovative. And there's a lot of research that supports this idea that it is one of the most highly effective tool to improving learning outcomes within schools across the world. And I'm very happy that the new curriculum did emphasize this, that teachers needs to work together, focusing on learning, focusing on building collaborative culture among themselves as professionals, so that they could learn from each other. They could engage in continuous job embedded learning that enables them to better understand the work they do, to better understand the more effective ways of doing it as they learn from each other in order to improve their own delivery, in order to improve their own practices across the school. And this new curriculum requires that every school actually do this once a week, an hour every week, that teachers will come together, share ideas, reflect on their work, see where there are gaps, and then think creatively, reading research resources and finding more creative and innovative ways of improving their practices so that they can improve learning outcomes for all learners. This is novel, and this needs to be commended, and this needs to be encouraged in every school across the country, so that we begin to see teachers working as collaborators, just as they are required to develop students as collaborators through the teaching and learning process, which is one of the key core competencies that the curriculum requires students to develop as they learn the subject matter.